Guys, what is going on? Today's video is unique and it's going to help you guys improve at Cloak and Dagger instantly. We're going to be spectating a viewer that submitted a gameplay when he was Plat 2. 7 days ago, I posted a video and he left a comment saying, I'm a Plat level Cloak and Dagger. Give me some tips so I can improve. Before I could even spectate that gameplay, fast forward to today, which is 7 days later, this man is now Grandmaster. So I'm gonna be showing two variations of his gameplay. A Plat 2 match that happened 3 days ago and a Grandmaster match that happened today. And the reason why I wanna show this is just to kind of show you guys how his gameplay has evolved so quickly and what the difference between a Plat and a Grandmaster Cloak and Dagger really has. But we're gonna start off watching his Plat 2 gameplay, and then right after this, we're gonna jump to his Grandmaster and you'll see a noticeable difference. But now again, when it comes to Cloak and Dagger or any support character, make sure you're utilizing your whole kit, and there it is. Threw out our Veil to get heals off on our teammates, threw out the bubble to get the heals off while using our left click, just utilizing the entire thing. Now, this checkpoint right here, if the enemies happen to be pushed up to like right here, remember, you can switch to Cloak, throw out your Veil, increase the damage that they receive, as well as blinding them, giving us a little bit more of a distance to cover. Good job again utilizing Veil, allowing the bubble. Now, I'm not saying if you have a tank, always just spam everything on them, but I mean, definitely use what you got. All right, it's unfortunate right now. Again, with all the damage that our team's receiving, we're the only healer because Luna died. Right? So we need to, again, put ourselves in a situation to our front is to our team and not our back toward the enemy. All right, here we are flipping around, trying our best to heal Strange as fast as possible. Luna's still not back yet. Honestly, he needs to wait. We need to not be peeking this because this puts us all in danger. As far as these two, I would just kind of wait for our entire team to come back because we are down bad and we're probably going to lose somebody. Whoa, good heals. There's a chance you could lose somebody. So I didn't like the fact that our two teammates were peeking like that. Luckily, we were able to hold it off. Good attempt by the group. Wall, but it is what it is. All right, this is something I don't recommend. I don't like. Yes, we ulted, right? But we're stepping out of our ult to chase. We will get the kill, no doubt. Problem is we now extended ourselves away from our ult, so our shield is not really there. Now, if this Hela can hit her shots, and if she's aware and knows we're here, there's a good chance we can die. And yeah, I know we can go invisible, but again, how accurate is our shots and how fast is our reflexes to hit the move, to hit the keybind that we need to hit to go invisible? And it's good enough. We're able to go invisible, break away from danger, and get back. Now, I wanted to pause that right there and show that because a lot of you guys will dive in for the kill and then you get 1, 2, 3 tap because you don't have the reps in to know your keybinds, to be able to think on the fly fast enough, hit the keys fast enough to get out of the situation that you're in. He's able to go invisible, get back to his ult, heal himself, and get back to his team. I want to put myself in a little bit better position to heal. Yeah, there we go. Groot's health got dangerously low. Dangerously low. All right, let's watch this fight take place. You see Hela's ult. We bubble ourselves. We're trying to get heals off our teammates. They've now burned 3 ults. So something I want to point out that I'm liking is the fact that the enemy team's Luna didn't use her ult just to save her team, right? They could have probably come back and won that entire fight, but they would have wasted an ult. And Luna's ult specifically is a counter ult. So I love the fact that they just didn't blow it to win this little bitty fight right here. They just relied on their accuracy, relied on their characters, relied on their teamwork to win it without Luna's ult. Again, this is a Plat lobby. Honestly, Plat you might think's high, but Luna's blow their fucking ults all the time in Plat lobbies. All right, there's Aqua Boys. I'm gonna call them that forever. Name more doesn't roll off the tongue as well. Now we got a lot of distance to cover. Now this is the regroup feature. There we go, regroup feature. This is where you regroup. And again, even though this is a video on Cloak and Dagger, I really want you guys to take this entire video from all roles perspective. Notice how they're regrouping. They're not funneling one at a time. Even if you're playing pubs, like there's no reason to be throwing pubs just to go after kills. You need to be using pubs as practice for ranked, even if you don't plan on playing ranked. You can have fun, but don't sacrifice the fun of your team because you're just diving into 1v5s instead of playing together. Get our ult back, trying to get past this choke point. Not mad at this at all. He is utilizing his entire kit. He really is. One thing I do want to see him do a little bit more is tossing his veil with cloak and blinding the enemies a little bit better. Good job being aware of our teammates, trying to get around the cover that they're behind to get the heals off. I mean, honestly, he's doing an A-tier job, without a doubt. And this is a Plat lobby. This is something that I wish all Plat lobbies were like. When tanks are low on health, bounce back to your supports. Just like right there, Groot. As we're talking about it, like Groot, you're half health, brother. We're trying our best. But there's no reason for you to be tanking 3 people. He needs to be playing back a little bit. He's right there. So just backstep and slide to the left. That's all you got to do. Unfortunately, we just can't heal through that damage. But nonetheless, we're able to work through this anyway and still push this point. It was an unnecessary death by Groot. But it is what it is. All right, Strange is up there getting dicked on too. We want to get kind of closer to Strange. All right, so great counter ult by Luna. Great ult by us instigating the fight, because even though Luna ulted, it still allows us to close the gap. It allows that point to move up a lot more and increases our chance of winning. That was a Hail Mary by Namor. That's unfortunate. Also, remember your supports do need to reload, so if you're low on health, don't just dive back in just like Venom did. Venom was low. We barely got the heals off on him because we were caught up reloading, and before he could get fully healed, he dove in again. I would have definitely just waited if I were him. But again, another great ult from us. And this should be it. Good job. Look at that. All right, so look at this. We're taking a lot of damage. We're getting healed relatively well, obviously. Just as a good defensive measure, we dip out. The moment we come to, throw down the bubble, and now we're good. Good awareness jumping out of that. We are next to our entire team though. But again, going back to earlier, you don't want to put your body in a position or yourself in a position where you have to take that damage. I understand that the ult happened, but I don't like the fact we were over here in the first place. I would have been over there with my teammates long before. So right here, so I don't like the fact that we're closer to the enemy spawn than anybody else, right? Our team's over here. We need to get ourselves to our team. We need to dive that way. We're spending way too much time over here. So even at the point where we're like, okay, now we're gonna go, we've already wasted a lot of time. So Namor's ult comes in, it forces us back over here into this corner where we're easy target. So I would have moved over to my teammates a lot faster. The moment you saw them over there, just dip. Nonetheless, though, our Luna does have an ult that she's using right now. And this should secure the W for us. Even if they're Luna ults, we should come out of this pretty good. This should be the point where we actually win. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Oh, nice veil. Good shit. Strange trying to get up there to... Good shit, good shit, good shit. I mean, honestly, the team's playing really well together. A few mistakes here and there from different characters, from everyone. I think everyone's made a mistake, but overall, this is a pretty good Plat lobby. All right, we're gonna speedrun this and jump to the Grandmaster lobby because there's gonna be a lot more lessons that are valuable in that for y'all. We've already basically seen the gist of his Plat gameplay. Of course, holds and pushes are gonna be a little bit different, but overall, he's using his kit. He's doing a lot of good. He's keeping himself in good positions. He's keeping his awareness is high. I definitely think he's high diamond, low Grandmaster level already. And again, you all know with ranked, whatever your ranked is right now doesn't always mean that's what your rank should be. There's a lot of people in Plat and Diamond who should be gold. There's a lot of people that are in gold that should be Plat, Diamond, Grandmaster. Just depends on the games you have and if you're solo queuing or you have teammates or not. A lot of variables. We're already down 2 teammates. I don't know if I like this ult, to be honest. This to me looks more like defensive. It could have been just bad timing. Our teammates died right when we hit ult, whatever the case was. This isn't a good offensive ult just because there's no one really to attack with us. Namor just spawned back, so he's not in the fight. We're still down a tank. And so far, it's just been on the supports. So there's not much we can do with this ult except for survive. So I'm not a fan of this at all. I definitely would have waited for our team to be together. Now, they did die relatively fast right when we used our ult. Again, could have been a timing issue. They could have calmed it just right when he launched it. They died. But as you can see, everything kind of collapsed. So the ult was wasted. All right, getting back to our team. Team's down bad. Woo. Trying our best to heal through this. Good job using the veil, using the bubble. And I know, guys, I'm not using the correct terms. It is what it is, bro. It's just thinking fast on the fly. I'm not going to be able to remember everyone's exact move names. Good shit. Oh, that was close, bro. You almost did it. You almost did it. Good try anyway. Good effort. Out healing damage like that. It is what it is. Now, again, I wouldn't be afraid to go into Cloak and launching my veil and increasing the damage they take and blinding these motherfuckers. I would definitely like to see that more. I'm curious if your Grandmaster gameplay and this gameplay hinges off the fact that you use that more. I'm obviously not the only variable, but I guarantee you're going to use a lot more. I guarantee you doing that is going to elevate the gameplay tremendously. You've done it, but not nearly as much as I want you to.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Not much we can do right there. And again, Luna and Groot put themselves in choke point positions like that to where they get taken out easy. Why not play the point? Why not play the hallway? Why would you work your way to the left and blind yourself from your support that's coming back? Waste of an ult from your boy. That wasn't worth it all. Even if Strange would have stayed alive for that, that was not worth in my eyes. Not a good position. He's pushed up past his teammates. Most of the enemy's teammates were pushed back. All right here, definitely a fan of stopping the enemy's push. Now we're pushed up a lot. Enemies to our back. Do I like it or hate it? I like it because we're standing in our ult, so we're getting heals constantly. And we're able to take out the support with it, and then we bounce back to our teammates instead of being greedy and getting the kill off on Rocket. Puts us down, yeah, and you expect to follow up the Namor for sure. Our teammates are all dead. There's not much we can do. Just putting down pressure, holding this angle, waiting for our team to come back.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
All right. I think he got the veil off, right? He switches. He switched back so fast. I don't know if he veiled or not. Yeah, he did veil. It happened so damn fast. I didn't see it. I blinked. But yeah, great job. Switching to Cloak and getting the veil off. Blinding the enemies, increasing the amount of damage they can take. Good shit. Good ult from our Luna. Good follow-up with Rocket. We should be able to hold this. Ooh! We're not able to do some damage. Oh, almost got caught up by the wall. Great job adapting to that, going into Cloak and getting out of there. Unfortunately, just too much. Too much. Good job anyway, but that team just fucking fell through that one. My Moon Knight ult definitely turned the tide of that battle real fast. All right, look, Groot is working his way from our heals. He needs to get back to his support characters or he's gonna die. Tank or not, you do not want to put yourself in a cubby where no one can heal you. Thankfully, Luna goes over there and gets some heals off on him, but that's still very dangerous, him being by himself like that. I think this defend right here, our team's getting a little distracted. Groot got a little selfish with those kills right there. Put himself and Luna in a very bad position. I'm not a fan of that at all. I didn't like what Groot did one bit when he saw him work himself in that cubby by himself, but I definitely didn't like it when Luna went over there, tried to save him, but ended up getting themselves caught up in that bad position. So they're obviously going to get this point, and it's going to be 3-3 to go to overtime. We're not going to spectate the rest. I think we got a gist of what his gameplay is going to be like. Again, I want to see him use the Veil a little bit more from Cloak, but I don't really know this was his fault. I think his team just put themselves in bad positions, and we just weren't able to help. It's not even that we weren't positioned to help, we just weren't able to help. So real quick, guys, look, when you're playing Cloak and Dagger, make sure you're getting your practice in, because there's so many moves that she has, being 2 characters. You need to develop the muscle memory, not just knowing when to hit the buttons, but knowing how and when to adapt and switch forms. And I really want to stress that, because so many people in the comment section, when I put like Cloak and Dagger on tier lists, blah, 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 they say, oh, she's ass. Oh, it's just because of her auto aim. Hell no. Dude, her auto aim might be the least beneficial thing that she has. It's cool, but it's the least beneficial. Cloak and Dagger's utilities and the way you can use them and the versatility of them is what makes Cloak so good. But if you're not using them, you're going to struggle. You're not going to understand why so many people high level love playing Cloak and Dagger. So simple, just getting heals off, trying our best to push ourselves back and not get dove. We end up getting dove anyway. Great job switching to Cloak. Again, on the fly, having the muscle memory, hitting the button, no delay, getting out of there and going right back to the heals. Love that. Trying to get an angle on Jeff. Luckily, of course, Jeff can heal himself going underground, but still, nonetheless, just being aware of everyone around him. Notice, again, too, as you're playing support, honestly, any character, but especially support, you need to be aware of not just where enemies are, but your teammates.
Capture the mission area.
The observation is crucial, especially playing support. I think when you're playing support, observation is more important than any other role. Arguably with tank, but when it comes to DPS, most DPS players just kind of focus on the fight at hand and don't worry about where their support characters are. They just kind of expect the support to be there. Now notice that right there, right? So many people don't use E. When I watch Cloak and Dagger, so many people don't do this. He doesn't just switch and go full on DPS. He's not just becoming a damage dealing hoss, right? He is throwing out the Veil to increase the amount of damage the enemies receive and also blind them. He sees a team fight. Let's go ahead and use our team fighting abilities. Throws it out, instantly switches back and goes into support mode. I witnessed too many times in pubs and lower tier rank where people are just, they'll switch, throw out a couple of moves and they'll sit there and auto aim everything. Auto aim's cool, but that's not your role. You are much more impactful in other areas. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the comms were, but I guarantee you, he probably said, I'm diving in, let's fuck it up. Because the moment Cloak ults, no matter where you're playing, no matter what level you're at, the moment your Cloak and Dagger ults, hopefully the ult's a good spot, aka the point, you need to dive. This is an offensive move. There are very rare situations, I'd say 1% of the time, where you should be using this as a defensive measure. Very rare circumstances. It can happen very rarely. This needs to be an offensive move only. He throws it in, instantly the team follows up. I love that. Good shit from him. All right, getting the damage off, and right now we can, right? We just threw down an ult, so now we have the freedom to sit here and mess shit up using our auto aim attacks. And then the moment it disappears, here we go right back into healing mode, getting ourselves in a better position, trying our best to go against Cloak and Dagger. Pretty ballsy, but our teammate does follow up with us. Was it an accident that H-Ray went up there? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they saw him and that was their move. I don't know. But nonetheless, Cloak's team was there to follow up and win that easy fight. And now we have a nice little choke hold, little choke point we can kind of take advantage of. Again, getting... I would say this too, something I would practice with, Veils, right? Switches back. You need to be switching and utilizing both of their kits, always. Choke points, team fights, doesn't matter. You don't want to just be spamming at nothing and wasting them, but it's positions like this, absolutely blind the shit out of them. Absolutely, get heals off. You should be getting the Veil back here very soon. He's probably really aware of that. All right, so what did he just do? This is something I never see Cloaks do in low tier lobbies ever that I really want to emphasize. If Cloak has the ability to heal herself, it's not the best, but it's definitely better than nothing. She can win a lot of 1v1s and survive a lot of fights just by doing that, right? Throw the bubble at the ground. Now you got the orb. You're healing yourself now. It's unfortunate that your boy ulted and he got blown through anyway, but if this would have been a normal fight, he probably would have survived and this fight would have been dictated completely different. Now in this situation, I will say he probably could have cloaked himself and gotten out of here. He's already in form anyway. does just get out. But at the end of the day, man, it's always easier to look at it in hindsight. When things are happening in real time and the comms are going, of course shit's gonna get thrown, but that is one situation we could have gotten out and maybe extended the fight a little bit. All right, so now we're regrouping. So we have a significant lead. There's no reason for us to start flooding one at a time. And again, you'll see this in even diamond lobbies. People just going in one at a time. No one's grouping up. You always need a group. If your team gets wiped, if 4 of you guys die, you need to regroup and go in later on. Now let's see what happens here. Captain America does what he does, right? This is what Captain America is used for, peeling us away from helping our teammates. We're able to somehow get the heals off, even while being beat off by the Cap. We're able to get the heals off barely, and Storm's able to survive. And this fight that probably would have gone badly has now kind of balanced itself out, at least long enough for us to get our ult. And also, I want you guys to notice a little bit while I was talking, he uses Veil again, helping them get out of there. Cloak and Dagger, yeah, everyone hates her because she has this auto attack, and when it comes to pubs and lower tier lobbies, it can be definitely detrimental. But when you get to higher ranks, you're not seeing people sitting there chasing one person with that. You're not being an impactful support trying to get one kill when your team's getting dicked on. He's not worried about getting one. He tried to switch right there, but you're never seeing him chase just one person. He's always focused up on the team. Even while getting attacked, he's still trying to play and extend the fight while moving back, of course, but he's still trying to get the heals off. He's trying to be a team player. And if you're playing ranked and you're being selfish, you're better off just playing pubs and pub stomping, because your ranked experience is going to be absolutely hell. And once again, we're down bad. Enemies are coming back, but we still have a significant lead. No need to go out there and die one at a time. Now we're going to regroup. Let's see how we get ourselves out of this position. All right, their Cloak and Dagger veiled us, sending heals off to our team. So you see the veil right there. I had to rewind that just to double take because it was so fast, right? The enemy Strange ults us, and now we have 3 teammates caught in the ult. We're getting heals off fast. The first thing we should have done was instantly veiled. No doubt about it. Get the heals going because it does massive amount of heals. We launched a little bit late. I don't think we would have survived anyway, so this is by no means a throw, but it definitely would help. When you have multiple teammates in a little bitty vicinity and they're getting a lot of damage really fast, just throw it out there. Get it out and then go to spamming your heals. This is not a good ending, I'll tell you that. So at this point here, regrouping is not an option. We kind of have to send, and we're not going to regain. We have to basically just send one at a time. And even if we got there, they would just wax us one at a time. So honestly, good hold by the enemies and good regain too, man. We had them dead to rights and they just kind of flip-flop volley-popped on us and did to us exactly what we did to them in the beginning of the game. Moving on to one of my favorite points. I actually really enjoy this. It's really easy to throw, but as long as your teamwork's locked in, it's a very easy point to get. Sitting back, launching our heals, getting heals off on our teammates. We got a Storm ult coming in right now. Good job. I like it. So we use the ult as a defensive, right? You need to do that. Star-Lord, one guy, could have the potential to take out 3 of us, but because of that, we all survived and we're able to take out 3 of theirs.
We better test this out.
So now we're in a position where we have the enemies held. So sitting back is not getting in the line of sight. Again, when you're playing support, you're not supposed to be in a position to where you're where Strange is at and you're peeking and getting attacks off. The number one mistake I see from 90% of supports is the fact they're trying to do more damage than they really need to. We have a point held. There's no reason for us to die, because if you as a support die in this position, the enemies can bust out of here without any problem. That's why in higher tier lobbies, running 3 supports is so broken, because the more supports you have up, the longer it's going to take the enemies to get the kills off on their teammates. So if you die and you only have 1 support left, you know how fast your team's about to die? All right, their Cloak and Dagger's launching ult right now, controlling the point. All right, they've double ulted us, but luckily, both supports are dead. So this is going to be hard, no matter what. DPS and tanks are going to be struggling right now, but they do outnumber the enemy team. We're down. Let's see if they can hold this. I think they could because they outnumber the squad. It looks like they're doing a really good job doing so.
Time to shine.
So he's got to get back to our teammates hella fast. Okay, just spamming heals as fast as possible. Get Storm back into the fight so she can go ahead and apply pressure. All right, so we should have some enemies coming towards us right now. It's been long enough Now, granted, we can see through spectating cam that they're all grouped together, so we know a Strange teleport's about to come. But if there's ever a delay like this, get your awareness up. Start looking around, especially with the Strange on the team or flanking positions. Start looking around because they're probably not going to be coming out the tunnel that you were able to successfully hold them. They're probably going to come another way, especially with Strange being there. There's a teleport. Now, let's see what we do. We don't have our ult yet, but we can get it back really quick. So all we need to do is try to get these heals off and survive. We've got Captain coming in here trying to get us back, push us off our teammates. Switching, applying a little bit of pressure. Now we have ult. He's probably gonna ult right. I'd say soon.
We are undefeatable.
There it is. I probably would have ulted a little sooner. It's unfortunate we lost magic, but that's not really why I would say it, ult sooner. The moment the enemy team's teleported, you know they're going to position, right? And then once they hit that point, just go ahead and launch the ult. Don't waste any time. We could probably still have magic alive. Doing a fantastic job too, and having a good healer versus a bad healer. I mean, of course their healer's not here, but look at the ability to keep our Storm alive, allowing her to win that kind of 1v1 fight. And this is probably one. Yeah, that ult right there was so detrimental. It just basically null and voided their entire TP, the teleport. Then we're gonna move on to a 1-to-1 score, winner take all. So far though, utilizing Cloak and Dagger to the maximum ability, switching when he needs to, utilizing the entire kit, applying pressure, and also massive amount of heals, not putting themselves in bad positions. I don't think I ever saw Cloak and Dagger put themselves in a bad position at all. Even when they got dove by Captain America, doing a really good job switching to Cloak, getting out of there, and rejoining his team to get the heals off and support them when he needs to. And again, I want to re-emphasize too, the number one mistake Cloak and Dagger players make, if at any point you decide I'm gonna be a DPS character, you're probably gonna die. Again, if you ult and you're standing in your ult, fine, by all means, because you have that healing going on. But look at this. Cap hadn't learned his lesson yet. Good shit. Quick reaction, trying to get the shots off on Invisible Woman. Good shot. Good job on her getting out of there with her invisibility and their double jump. That's a really nice thing about right now with support characters too. You know, season 0, when you had Luna and Mantis banned basically every game, of course you had Cloak and Dagger, but there wasn't really too many characters you could play. It was basically her. You had other characters, but now we got Rocket, who's really impactful. You got Invisible Woman, who's really impactful. You probably have 5 characters that I would consider A-rest tier when it comes to support, which is nice. Now this is really ballsy. It's the one moment I'm kind of like, but he caught himself, came back, getting a little greedy, won that kill, and I get it. By all means, if he's almost dead, try for it. But when you see the backup coming, back up and regain. Now remember, when it comes to Cloak's blind, it's not close range and far range. It's only far. So if you happen to blind somebody you're right up on, they're still gonna see you. They're still gonna kill you. I was just about to say, this is a dangerous position to be in, because now we put our back to the enemy spawn. This is probably the only mistake I've seen him make, is putting his back to the enemy spawn. I would not have gone here when we got out of this. So the moment we went invis, I would have worked my way back the other direction. Even with that Cloak and Dagger ulting, I would have just worked through it, put myself in a better position, and not have my back to the enemies. Again, he threw down his bubble to try to extend the play, extend his life, but because he's in a bad position, he's not just taking damage from, I always want to call him Soldier 76. He's not just taking damage from Punisher, he's taking damage from the rest of the enemy team too. He didn't throw that fight by any stretch of imagination, but he definitely was not as helpful as he could have been if he would have put himself in a better spot. But again, I'm talking shit. It's the only mistake this man's made. Absolutely just killer gameplay so far. Good job getting the veil to kind of mitigate a lot of that damage. Strange trying his best to 1v1 us. Good job getting out of there, getting ourselves in a high ground position and a different flank. Okay, good job with the orb, extending our life, extending the play, something you really don't see from lower tier. And I say lower tier again, 92% of players, I believe, or 93% of players are below plat level. So most players don't utilize the orb to help heal yourself when you're down bad. A lot of players panic with all characters and they just try to do as much damage as possible and out damage the enemies. But when you're a support, you physically fucking can't. So you have to utilize your kits to extend your life. All right, good stuff. Captain went ahead and ulted. We're going to use our ult once again as a defensive, and Magic jumps right into our ult, which he's wanting. So good awareness from our teammates, knowing when and where to go when we do ult to, again, extend their life and extend their play. The reason why I love playing support, and it's my main role, it's like 90% of my hours are in support characters, is because I just feel like it has the biggest impact. Obviously, like, great DPS and tanks are 100% just as valuable, but I feel like our kits give us so much versatility in what we can do and how we can dictate the way games go is why I love playing support characters. I was the same way in Overwatch and I'm the same way in this game. It's my favorite role, and it's really why I've been harping support videos down y'all's throats. I will be doing tank videos as well. I want to go ahead and hit strategists, and then we're going to hit tanks. That way it can really teach you guys how to play roles that aren't so obvious. When it comes to damage, obviously you just shoot damage down range. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but when it comes to your tanks and your support characters, there's a lot more pieces of the puzzle that most players don't have an understanding for, and it's why most players play DPS.